coming your way. The 8th all-time meeting between Ball State and Louisville. Two teams that are both Cardinals, that are both red. There's a lot going on here as we get you set for tip-off on the ACC Network. Ball is up.
When you look at what is offered from this Louisville squad with a variety of players.
Zen Berbart getting the start for the Ball State Cardinals. Out to Hardy. Sophomore forward. Another force in the front court with a ton of athleticism. Right on cue. Gets 2 points. Not just the MAC regular season title, but tournament championship last year, which led to that NCAA berth. Unfortunately, falling in the first round is Hardy. Gets it done with the block. Louisville basketball.
But you see her versatility and her length defensively. She's a shot blocker, is able to...
Tajiana Roberts, the sophomore guard, averaging more than 14 points per game, flings it over. He's down below Lou. How about the putback chance? Roberts gets it done. It's interesting because this Louisville team does have a true point guard who's been coming in off the bench, and senior Raina Scott as Ball State gets the answer. Amari Berry just called for the foul moments ago. Cannot get the roll. There is a lid on the basket here at KFC Yum Center. Jones makes the most of the second opportunity. Only one made three. That was the first to go down for either team here so far.
And Louisville doing a nice job defensively at the point of attack.
Berry, really good hands, picks the pockets and gets the lay-in.
Effort on the defensive end. Excellent job here on the play by Amari as she picks the pocket and finishes in transition. One of the things that Coach Walls talked to us, if you didn't hear me, that was 0 fast break
wait, what?
plays.
Say that again. Run that
That's
back.
incredible.
Yeah.
While at the same time sending 5 players to the offensive glass, it really shows the commitment to getting back in transition.
Frenetic play.
Watch Skylar Jones put the ball on the floor and attacks the rim, going left. She is at her best when she's able to put the ball on.
15 points last game against New Hampshire and 12 against South Carolina is another nice move. This time it's Raina Scott.
Nice job by Berry of kicking the ball ahead, and this is just phenomenal. The nice strong rip-through move over Berbart.
Multiple players fighting for the rebound, and Ball State actually with some friendly fire. Back to the hands of Louisville. What a reverse layup. Jones looking confident. 11-point lead for Louisville, about a 15-second difference between the game clock and shot clock at the end of the first quarter here. Berbart puts it on the deck, left hand, no. Towers, yes! Scott running the points, coming around the screen. Scott to Jones. He's down below Lou, shot is blocked. Ball State takes it away just as the buzzer sounds. First quarter in the books here. Scott flying up the floor.
Good job by Salenbien getting back in this game.
Jones cashes in again into double figures in scoring here.
Yeah, averaging 8 points on the season. Really nice to see Skylar Jones. She's one of those players, she did the same thing at Arizona, made some critical baskets, able to space the floor from the three-point line, but really good in transition.
Versatile skill set, shooting just about 33% from beyond the arc. Another three ball goes down.
Again, some nice unselfish play by Louisville, kicking the ball ahead. The defenders aren't coming out and guarding you. You have a wide open shot.
Speaking of wide open shots, Louisville once again pushing pace. Jones puts it on the floor on the drive. Jones baseline. Rises up and gets it off the glass. My goodness, Skylar Jones is on a heater. This Louisville team also really good at sharing the basketball. As there's a three ball from Caballero, no. Pushing pace are the Cards. Berry, high off the glass, what a finish.
Such a smooth athlete.
Foul on Salenbien.
Nice job by Berry getting out in the open court. Once she gets the ball and receives it, that's a really...
Berry stop and start and the quick first step, certainly elite. You can see it on the floor. Again, a key bench contributor as a freshman, continuing to make strides here in her sophomore campaign. As Ziegler makes strides from beyond the arc. Because there's not a huge drop-off between their top 5 players, their next 5. He said there's not as much of a concern about the foul issues as Norman has a nice one in the paint.
When they get an early first foul or they have 2 fouls in the first half.
You see Estambololu still into the game. Check out here shortly, Ziegler.
But Ziegler was just better on that shot.
Louisville really heating up as this game has progressed from beyond the arc. Started 0 for 6 from 3, now 5 of 6 during this last stretch. As Randolph, Louisville pushing pace the other way, almost lost it. Looked like a kicked ball there off of Roberts' foot. Entry pass to Ziegler. puts it up for two.
Protect that paint.
Louisville with the 20-10 edge in points in the paint. It's a three from the top of the key goes Skylar Jones. My goodness.
On that play, Norman got into the paint, but had to throw it up quickly before help side came over.
Roberts in the mid-range. 17 for Jones.
17 for Jones, and you appreciate that Roberts isn't forcing it.
Nice pass inside, and Tagai finishes the play.
Good patience offensively.
Louisville pushing pace again. Ziegler kicks it out. Randolph with plenty of time and knocks down the tray.
Excellent job by Ziegler of drawing the defense in on the low block and kicking it out to an open shooter.
Randolph with just her fourth made three of the season. Tagai, a French international, brings in international team experience. Playing at various levels in France. As Ziegler sinks a mid-range shot. Tagai gets caught up, finds Towers. Towers spinning, nice move. Once they do get into those half-court sets and the Louisville defense is set.
And there's no 25-point play, so you're not going to be able to do one thing to close this gap. Schedule. And you want to figure out how to get better. How can you be better once you get to conference play?
On the drive, it's Randolph, and one opportunity.
Yeah, but nice job by Randolph right here. Put the ball on the floor on the closeout, and then finishing with contact. Carol Lawson said this earlier at the ACC tip-off, is that you want a tough, competitive, non-conference schedule to expose your team, to figure out what it is you need to work on, and that is exactly what Coach Sally talked to us about, is really good shooting teams, and it's one of those things, they're getting good looks, and he wants them to continue to take those looks and build a little bit of confidence.
Hardy battling inside with his second chance points. Yeah, you got any idea which way that'll go? You rooting for Miami, ACC school?
Yeah, it's great to see Miami get in. I think they're a dangerous squad, for sure. So
such a fun time for sports fans and fans of the ACC because you got a ton of competitive schools, 5 ACC women's basketball teams, as Scott, incredible resilience. Louisville, meanwhile, up 30 here on Ball State, late third quarter action.
Won the MAC Conference Championship and the Tournament Championship, and here you see Carson Norman doing a nice job. Got away with a little bit of a hook, but I really, even with a lead such as this, if you want to earn more playing time in these moments, this is when you have to take care of the ball, make a decision to continue to execute.
On Sunday in a game that you can watch here on the ACC network. So again, fine-tuning in these types of games, super important, but again, as you pointed out, got to make sure that the habits are still there, the details are still being executed the way you want them to. As Barry knocks down a three. Pushing. Cross court. Bear-Burt feeds Towers, puts it up and in. Coming off a 14.8 rebound outing at Davidson. As Louisville's now trying to create something. Nice pass, nice finish by Jones. But a good addition for this Louisville squad. One of the international players is Jones can't get the three ball to go, and Putra makes an impact.
One of the things that Coach Walsh talked about with Putra's absence, it gave Hardy a chance in practice and in games to earn more minutes.
How about the three ball going down?
But to come in and have some quality minutes.
Kingery, like I said, has had some really good, consistent performances. 6 games, 11 or more points prior to that Davidson outing. Oh, what a drive. Scott looking incredibly confident and gets it done just in time. But has come in and been able to put up career numbers. Last year as a redshirt junior. Randolph drives in.
Solid post play.
Putra with a season-high 9 points, 8 boards. Last game against New Hampshire. His Towers can't get it to go.
Nice job by Bradley coming over and help side. Wasn't much of a threat.
Graves with the corner tray.
How about that? You come off the bench. Nice job by Bradley in transition of kicking it out to the open shooter. Ball State did a poor job of getting back in transition.
We're a melting pot of players from all over the world, as you pointed out, and the country. And here they are, Putra taken away. Norman. Ransom puts it back out. Salenbien. Towers puts it up and in.
Versus forcing the rim attack.
Yeah, through 2 to 3 defenders. A lot of bodies in the paint. But this time, Salenbien out in the passing lane. Goes the other way and cashes in. Towers over the top. Salenbien and the foul.
Nice high-low game by Towers and Salenbien over the defense. Just a really nice job, well off the three-point line of getting it to her post partner on that play. Nice slide by Salenbien.
Bradley around the screen. Putra just inside the arc. No. Hardy, yes!
Great length and such a force on the offensive glass. Nice move.
And a big bucket there for Ball State. Transfer coming in from Butler has been a great fit and really been able to run the offense pretty seamlessly as Bradley drives seamlessly to the basket.
In their previous teams.
Norman again, the Butler transfer as the ball is loose. Takai puts it in. As again, Coach Sally happy to have her stepping in as they have big shoes to fill with Allie Becky. Bradley sinks a triple from beyond the arc. And even as a sophomore, shot really well in conference play, about 42% from deep. Has been able to have that carry over here.
Skylar Jones does those two things particularly well. And then when she has the ability to be able to score from the three-point line or as she slashes to the key and then in transition.
Throw.
Nice job by Hardy. Again, all you have to do is throw the ball up, and she most likely will be the one that comes down with it. Nice.
Though with a really efficient performance today, 10 points, 4 of 6 from the floor. Apparently has figured out this basketball thing pretty well as there's a bizarre shot.
How to eat, how to be able to focus on your studies and practice.
Pretty looking three ball from Ashlyn Brook. Back and able to get some late minutes here in Louisville. But the three-point response. Last 35 seconds to play, about a 16-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Nice pass, as Angela mentioned. Ball in play, it is up. Does not touch anything as Hardy catches it, and that will do it here from the KFC Yum Center. Louisville takes down Ball State.